Tim. My name is Vinyl, your friendly neighborhood vinyl guy, back again here for the singles collection. Another episode on that. Appreciate everybody watching that and watching, commenting, having a little bit of fun with it. So, without further ado, another stack. Let's get right into it. So, left this one out of the last one with the motels. Only the lonely. A nice little picture sleeve there. Duran Duran's "View to a Kill." So this was monster single from the movie of same name. Wanted to give a little sample of this one, but the powers be said no. Survivor is a band that you can't play on YouTube apparently, but we all know Eye of the Tiger. So Caught in the Game is another one. This actually, that album is actually pretty good. What was the name of that album? From the album Caught in the Game. Wow. So Survivor. Another one that YouTube said, yes. Oh, yeah. Sir Seal. This was, he got this with some Easter money he found in Easter eggs. Little stuffed squishy seal. So, obviously, Oliver and his co-host, Sir Seal. It's not my channel anymore, guys. It's theirs. So, this was the Eurogliders. And they had a single, "Can't Wait to See You." Thought this was obscure enough that it might pass through, but apparently, again, the YouTube police said no. So you'll have to look that one up on your own.
On anything they really want to.
Yeah, they can, because they're evil. But we all know this monster from the 80s. Two of Hearts from Stacy Q. The B-side, Dancing Nowhere. No memories. But Two of Hearts was definitely everywhere. And then talk about a monster song. What happens when you get a British pop star who has done quite a number of things in the UK? You get a Jeff Lynne written and produced song in his hands, and it becomes a mega hit. And I'm speaking of Dave Edmunds' "Slipping Away." This one was just a constant earworm for me. And now I'm going to put it in your ear. Have a headache or anything or an ice pack. It's still Sir Seal just hanging out. So moving on with some 80s stuff. It Might Be You, the love theme from Tootsie, which may not be able to be seen in Florida ever again. The next one up, I don't know why this got spun. Whoops, there we go. I like to do that when I'm presenting. I have the label all nice and straight for the A side. Ultravox, Reap the Wild Wind. This was 83, yeah. So a little bit more embracing of the pop sound of the time. I think it was Steve Carlson who just showed their debut, and it was a little bit more post-punk. Obviously at this point they were a little bit more of the new wave pop sound. Speaking of new wave pop sound, Psychedelic Furs, "Love My Way." I mean, they were, talk about 80s right here. That's 80s. Speaking of 80s, "Kids in America" from Kim Wilde. Probably my absolute favorite Kim Wilde song. I absolutely love this song. "The Kids in America," just a great old tune. You got the Killer Rocker from Night Ranger, "Don't Tell Me You Love Me," which coincidentally on the B-side has the song Night Ranger by the group Night Ranger. Too bad it wasn't from the album Night Ranger. That would have just been the trifecta.
Should do that.
Yeah, I would think. Yeah, I think it's a missed opportunity. Paul Simon, "Allergies," since he just announced that he's got a new album coming out. Little Paul Simon. I think this is the album Heart and Bones. Isn't that the one? I think that's the one before Graceland. So this would be not as familiar with this Paul Simon. Obviously, everyone checked back in with him with Graceland. Not a bad song, but I'm definitely suffering from allergies right now here in this wonderful state of Florida. Yeah, we all
wonderful.
are. But talk about a great pop rocker with a little bit of that synth thrown in. This is Dwight. Yeah, I just had a brain fart. Dwight Twilley and Girls. I'm gonna give you a sample of this one in case the name just doesn't ring a bell for you. This one to me, as soon as I saw it, I was like, ooh, that's a goodie goodie. So, Girls from Dwight Twilley. So moving from the 80s into the funk and soul, but I need something to kind of tie it all together. So George Clinton's Nubian Nut. This would have been, I think this is the album right after Computer Games. You should have been, you should have bit fish, I believe was the name of the album. Probably not as strong as Computer Games, which had the mega hit Atomic Dog. Not all can be winners. So the one I played at the top, James Vincent, Space Traveler, but I didn't play Space Traveler. I gave you a taste of the B-side, Walking on Higher Ground. So this one gave me a lot of like Bobby Caldwell vibes, that blue-eyed soul in the 70s. Space Traveler is not a bad tune, but the one I played, the Walking on Higher Ground, definitely was more of what I would expect from a great funk soul tune. Talk about soul, doesn't get any more soulful than this. When a Man Loves a Woman, Mr. Percy Sledge, on the Atlantic Gold Oldies, B-side of Cover Me. Can't go wrong with a little bit of Percy Sledge. So this one is a label here from Hialeah, Florida, I think is how you say it. So TK Records, big in the 70s. They did Casey and the Sunshine Band. They did a lot of subsidiary labels as well, and this was one of them. It was called Glades. So they were actually published by TK, and this is Lattimore's Something About Ya, which I believe is I think I gave you a taste of Sweet Vibrations, but this is good. That 70s just like lights low soul. So check out some Lattimore.
I can feel sweet vibrations every time.
Soul and funk, you gotta pay respects to the Godfather, Mr. James Brown. Say It Loud, I'm Black and I'm Proud. It's the AB. It's one of those part one, part twos. Another label that when I see, I buy, especially on 45, and that's Stax, and this is Sam and Dave. Two just amazing killer songs. Both have been covered in the 80s and, one in the 70s. I Thank You. Obviously, ZZ Top did a great cover of that. And then Wrap It Up, which was also covered by the Fabulous Thunderbirds, both essentially big hits as well. And then here's another one that I was telling you about that was published by TK, and that was Dash Records, again from Florida. This is the T Connection, little funky, a little disco, and I'm going to give you a taste of this one. This is a Do What You Want to Do. I wasn't really familiar with this one at all, but I love the groove on this one, so I thought I'd share it. So here's a little bit of T Connection out of it. And then, keeping with the soul and funk, Floyd, not Pink, King Floyd, Everybody Needs Somebody on the Chimneyville label. Just an absolute crushing song. This one, sorry again, it's spun here. Trying to be professional in how I'm showing these. On the classic MCA Rainbow label. This is Rose Royce, Can I Get Next to You?
I don't know who you also know. I don't trust.
Oh, I Want to Get Next to You. Excuse me, I butchered the title. I Want to Get Next to You from the Car Wash soundtrack. And well, that was the name of the movie. It was about a car wash. It was a comedy from the 70s. There's a lot of movies you haven't seen. There's a lot of movies I haven't seen. So,
There's a lot of movies that are funny, just like my name called Car Wash.
well, it was an interesting movie. Here is a Columbia promo of Mr. Bill Withers, Close to Me. Stereo and mono. Gave you a taste of this one. Obviously, Bill Withers, I mean, what can you say about that man? But here's a little classic soul from Mr. Bill Withers.
Close to me. Sure don't want.
Pushing on, again, another Stax record, Raise Your Hands by Eddie Floyd, another Floyd. B-side on this one is I've Just Been Feeling Bad. But again, I see Stax labels on 45. Chances are I'm going to buy it.
Both of what like we feel right now. Bad.
I don't feel bad. I feel tired. Here's one that, again, on 45, you just cannot go wrong. On the People label, this is the JBs, James Brown backing group. The Rabbit Got the Gun. The other side is Give Me Some More. I mean, you can just spin this one all night long and you got the groove. And then another one, I'm going to give you the B-side on this one. This is LTD. So LTD was like a 70s funk soul disco band that actually featured Mr. Jeffrey Osborne, which gave them just an incredible tenor voice inside the band. So the single was Love to the World. Great song, very uplifting. But For My Money, The Dancer is the B-side. And I'm not editing it. This is the actual name of the title. Get Your It Together. So check that one out. Okay, so a little bit of 80s funk soul. That is from the legendary Gap Band, Jam the Mother, the Party Mix, or you could do the Munchkin. I don't even know what the heck the Munchkin. It didn't sound much different, unless I was supposed to be listening to it on 78 speed. I don't know. But it's Gap Band. I mean, you can't go wrong with that. The Crown Heights Affair, Dancing. This would have been a mid-70s kind of pre-disco dance number. Decent stuff. I mean, again, this is another one of those labels, D-Light, that when you see it, you're probably going to strike gold. But let's end super strong, shall we? Here is another one that's like an A-B. You know, either side you drop the needle on, you got killer stuff. Sly and the Family Stone, Everyday People, and Sing a Simple Song. You want to talk about just, whew, I mean, it's too hot to hold. And then the last one, and I'm going to give you a taste of it, I'm going to play you out with this one. When I got this one, I must have played this most like 10, 15 times in a row. I absolutely love this song, and it's one of those ones that's just, if you know the words, it's just a fun one to belt out. And that's 100 Proof, Age and Soul, which I'm desperately looking to look for some of their LPs. And then this is the single, Everything Good Is Bad. I just absolutely love this song. And it's one of those like great to me it's just one of those great soul songs that when you hear it, it just moves you in such a way. So
Wait, so this thing is good, so now it's bad?
so all right, well, he doesn't quite understand the meaning of bad, so but let me play you out with a little bit of Everything Is Good As Bad, 100 Proof, Age and Soul. Thank you so much to my co-host and my co-host Oliver and Sir Seal. Yes, we appreciate you guys watching, sticking around. Hope to have an actual collection update here in the next few days. But until then, apparently he's going to wave you out. Check out 100 Proof, Age and Soul, and we'll talk soon. Peace. Love you. Move into the 80s, or from the 80s into the funk and soul. I needed something to kind of bridge us there. Why not George Carlin's, Geez, oh flip.